him in a lot of fights. Early on in his career, we saw him have some of those kind of similar Achilles heels that we've seen his brother have. I think they just didn't have enough time on the mats polishing their grappling. But we saw him initially putting in some work at Butch Howes, and now I believe he's training pretty regularly there at Cat 5 with Wes and those guys. He's got Eric Kuhn and the Category 5 guys in his corner. So you can see that he started to clear. He's certainly starting to shore up some of those holes that he had in the grappling department. Always looked very slick on his feet. Honestly, quite impressive for being from the small town of Spencer, West Virginia. Both of those Starcher brothers.
He's with such a good camp now, too. I think the sky's the limit for both these guys. They're both so young, so hungry, and I really love their attitude about the sport. The self-belief that the Starcher brothers have is almost infectious. It makes me kind of believe in myself a little bit.
Yeah, he had a beautiful attitude even whenever he had the armbar loss early on to Chance Grillett.
And you see he comes back and tries to redeem that loss to Chance.
And did a decent job. I mean, that was a good fight. The second fight, they were both good fights.
It's just hard for that deficit, you know.
Well, I mean, you're talking.
Chance is a brown belt.
Yeah, Chance is a brown belt who's been grappling for a long time.
And he's still training. It's going to be hard to catch up to that. So that grappling deficit was still there, but he gave it a lot more valiant of an effort in that fight.
And we saw him actually get a submission win over Brittany Vaughn with an outside. I believe he was setting up an outside heel hook, but I think he got the submission on the reap as he was generating heel exposure. But yeah, you see him shoring up some of those holes in his grappling, which this will be an interesting match because he's going up against He's going up against Mitchel Vaughn from Tartarus MMA, and we saw Mitchel Vaughn using some very good clinch work and takedowns and good control, good throws off the cage and those kind of things. So this is an interesting stylistic matchup.
And you know, Mitchel Vaughn fighting out of Tartarus MMA. Zach Wilds, Eric Swan. These guys are the real deal when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Zach Wilds is a very high-level grappler. I had the pleasure to get to compete against him myself. That's a very good camp. And Billy Poe there is also a solid purple belt, even though he's currently climbing his way up through the new line pro boxing rank. But I mean, that's a high-level training environment.
And you know, I really like Mitchel Vaughn's attitude. He's a soft-spoken guy. He's not a guy that likes to be on camera and talk a lot. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, he had so few words, and he messaged me afterwards. He was like, man, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get better at that stuff. I'm like, dude, you did fine. He's one of those guys, he'd rather talk in here, and that's what he's getting ready to do. There was bad blood between these two. There's bad blood between, it seems like, Mitchel Vaughn and the entire team there at Category 5. You know, he originally had that rivalry with Stephen McGrew.
This will be a Bantamweight MMA bout at 135 pounds, 3 rounds, 3 minutes. We have, representing out of the blue side of the octagon, wearing the maroon trunks, Preston Starcher.
The question is, if Mitchel Vaughn wins this fight,
representing out of the red side of the octagon, wearing the green trunks, Michael Vaughn.
Oh, very close.
Close enough. Anyway, how many more, if he wins this fight, how many more Category 5 guys are there?
Yeah, they seem to have a limitless well of them
Because
at that weight class. We're going to get Sheldon down there.
We have to wonder how many it takes to win this war.
And we see him immediately trying to use pressure and footwork to close that distance, but he gets stuck up underneath. Oh, he finds himself underneath the mount. He needs to either get up or work his way to single leg X.
Bad spot.
He got himself a bit overextended, but he was able to hit that reversal.
That's what happens when you're such a good wrestler. You can end up in a bad spot, still find your way to the top.
Now he finds himself on top. Oh, Preston works his way back to his feet.
And there's the guillotine from Mitchel Vaughn. It looks like he's deep under the neck. Let's see if he can finish it. There it is. Ooh, it's so close, and it looks nasty. He's got him trapped against the cage.
Starcher doing a decent job of fighting the hands and taking pressure off. It looks like this
is the end. Yep. It's over. Good job. Excellent guillotine. I love a good guillotine. That was perfect. Perfect. Trapped him against the cage. I'm excited. I'm on my feet.
We've got a beautiful balance. I'm not a big fan of the guillotines when I'm training my fighters, and we got Elijah who gets super excited. So that we got a nice balance whenever somebody goes for a guillotine and me being like, it's probably going to be all right.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Colin Caprini sucks at guillotines.
Colin Caprini does suck at guillotines.
You take those leg locks and just shove them right up your butt.
I'm not that much of a leg locker. I'm a pressure passer.
Bull crap.
Hey, Matt Harrison was like, I thought you were going to come at your legs, and I was like, I'm on a pressure pass.
How excited you get about Ashi.
That is true.
And outside Ashi and all this gibberish, I don't know what it is.
We have a winner, 40 seconds into the first round by guillotine choke for your winner, Michael Vaughn.
Beautiful work by Mitchel Vaughn.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mitchel Vaughn, a.k.a. Michael. My friend, you've had this incredible rivalry with Category 5, Preston's teammates. Before this, it was Eric Kuhn. Before that, it was Stephen McGrew. Now you've defeated a third Category 5 guy. I just want to know, when's this war going to end?
I got respect for them, man. I mean, they're all good guys. You know, I'm just on to the next, bro.
So I want you to talk me through this finish here. You ended up in a really bad spot hunting for that takedown. You were able to scramble to the top. You got that guillotine. Once you sunk it under the chin, did you know it was over?
Yeah, I hit his lucky shot, man. I knew I was in trouble, so I just had to kind of go with the flow.
So was that the game plan that's putting him on his back at the finish there?
It was a strike. I tossed him the takedown. When I shot him in the back, I was straight. It was going up.
Well, you worked out in the end. That was excellent work. Beautiful guillotine. You had me on my feet. I think you got everybody here on their feet. Give it up for Mitchel Vaughn. Mitchel Vaughn.